wing, presentation is rated R. Yeah, I play the part of real deal megastar. Go on, hate it hard, I'm virginal vagina type, right? That's kinda like trying to fight a stick of dynamite. Doper than some China white. Come on, baby, give a snort. Oops, that was the bath salt, now I'm naked with a ninja sword. Stick it in you horn, I'll make a red samurai. Weed so tough, it'll make your dead grandma high. I got a camera guy to follow me, reality. Television, telling fridges oozing sexuality. Hella bitches jealous in it, want my head, Game of Thrones. She can keep her dragons, I want the booty, make it known. They say take it home, I say let it ride. Cadillac door swing open, better get inside. If you're tripping high, I'll beat you down, you druggie. You dancing with the devil, hell, I'll teach them how to duck it. Yeah, they love me, all the ladies love me. They don't give a fuck if I'm fat and butt ugly. And I don't give a fuck if they're fat and butt naked. I'm just trying to brumski her butt cheeks, rump shaking. Pump faking, run jukes on a pretender. Got a mail order bride, she scream return to sender. Turn to cinder, burn the sinners, we're all doomed. Lock you in a small room, pump up the volume. What's it called? Boom, bass bumping in the speakers. Got a vodka bottle taking shots in the theaters. Jocks in the bleachers, teachers in the meth lab. Seen it in the movies, not the cuties in the death cabs. Hold your breath, Paps, blue ribbon sipping. Fat dudes spitting, ask who's getting chicken. Sitting with a few freaks, chilling on a nude beach. And I'm so fly that I gotta buy 2 seats. Now please take the time to turn off your cell phones, shut the fuck up, and enjoy the future presentation.
Hello everybody, Dick Rickles here.
Dick and Denki episode.
Dick and Denki episode.
I'm Denki Nasu. Hello. We're Stone. Ooh, reverb.
We're hearing the echo. How is everybody tonight? Besides...
Angry?
Yeah, besides upset about things. I posted my own video about my personal opinion. So tonight we're just going to be discussing the events of the past few days very briefly. But with some information that we feel is worth you guys knowing. Is there any order that you want to do this? Because a lot of this info is stuff.
So you gotta make that a little bit bigger so I can see.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna do something really quick then. Gonna turn on something really quick here. Boom. Oh shit. That was not my intent. Huh?
Working on.
Oh, sorry. I'm just doing something that can assist us. There you go.
All right.
Mistaken. There you
go.
They can't see it.
Okay.
It's blocked. See?
Yeah.
Okay. That way it's just like you can tell me what order you want these in.
Thank you. All right. Let's do the article called "The Dog That Caught the Car."
Okay. Then what next? Just so I can have it all lined up.
Keep going. Keep going.
Is this a post? A singular post here?
Yes, that is a singular post. I figured that might be interesting.
Is it all from this site?
No, various sites.
Oh, okay.
Secret, go up. Keep going. That one.
This one?
Yep.
Okay.
And these two here. Just these two.
Hang on just a second.
Some fun, like, and
there we go.
some terrifying.
And then which two? These two?
Yes.
This one?
Yes.
And
that's just more on the medical field in general.
okay.
The biased and inherent racism that's present in it.
What about this one?
Yeah, that's fine. And then we can kind of work our way from there.
Sure. All right. So we don't technically need this right now anymore.
Just minimize.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Should we have background music on this?
No.
Yeah, okay.
No, it doesn't warrant it.
Oh no, I mean just for the parts where we're silent.
No.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Well, whatever. I mean, we're clearly ready.
Yeah, I've been ready.
Let's see here.
I've been ready.
All right.
We should maybe do something on the Miranda rights and touch on that briefly. I didn't send you anything, but
You didn't send me anything on that?
no, because I wasn't sure of the validity of it. Because I had, I've been absorbed in Roe being overturned, and
I do get that.
that's taken a.
Did you want to
big
share your
precedence of my time.
feelings briefly on that, or like just your general feelings?
I'm pretty sure it'll become apparent through the episode. I don't think I need to outright state it.
That's fair.
It should be abundantly clear by the end of the video.
That's a fair point.
Yeah.
I made my own video of just my feelings and everything like that.
I got 3 words though: angry, ashamed, and betrayed. That's 3 words.
Well, there you go. That is very concise.
Yeah. Furious, not angry.
All right, so we'll start with this one.
Yeah, this is a Politico ad that came out. When is it? Very recently, the 25th of June, 2022.
Yay.
Not too well. It feels like we're about 40 or about 50 years in the past.
Yeah.
So
the
what's
whole
2
thing is
years?
just so mind blowing.
Yeah, what's 2 years? I'd go back to the pandemic for this. Exchange for this.
Dang it. There.
You alright?
Yeah. Trying to get comfy on my chair. All right, here we go. So this is the first article we're gonna read. This is a Politico article that Stone found.
I laughed my ass off about this. Oh my god. I was cackling. I found this at work. And I'm like trying to keep my shit together,
Yeah.
My coworker, who is also for Roe, he was very upset about it being overturned as well. He and I were like cackling about this. Just because it's so, it's chef's kiss.
It's a very interesting position that the Republicans find themselves in.
Well, this lack of foresight shows you that they can't empathize or sympathize with the lack of foresight of, teenagers getting pregnant or women that aren't looking ahead. And that's not a lot of the cases, I realize that. But a lot of people are ignorant about sexual health. A lot of people.
Oh, yeah.
And I mean, this country's failed multiple generations with sex ed.
100%, yeah. I totally agree with that one. But this actually reminds me of what we were talking about yesterday, about how because of the restrictions that are on because the states had to allow some form of abortion, that Republicans have not had to fight fully abolishing it anywhere.
Well, on top of that, they're fighting it, like I said, 50 years in the future when Roe was initially overturned. Or not overturned, was enacted. So, I mean, there's a lot more. The scope for people to get angry is larger. I'm not sure how to word that properly.
I get you. I mean, my thing is that they've never had to deal with the backlash of fully abolishing it.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. And on top of that, now, because of the fact we're, like I said, almost 50 years in the future, about 50 years, right? 1973?
Yeah.
Almost 50 years.
49.
There's additional impacts and implications from the internet, from social media, and just in general.
Yeah.
We're not as ignorant as we were.
Oh, yeah.
Although, you know, current trend would have you
Well, we are not.
just believe that.
When you think about the number of people that are in politics that are just super fucking old,
yeah,
it's sort of not surprising that this kind of stuff can happen.
Yes.
Just based on even the most progressive person, if they're 70 years old, 80 years old, you know, they were born, raised, and mired in a time that has very, very different values.
They're mired in a time where women had birth in an outhouse and left it there, or threw their babies in rivers, you know? They're from that time when women just had to have the child, and that was it.
Yeah.
That was her business, what happened to it afterwards. And it's going to very much become that again, unfortunately. You know?
Yeah, that is unfortunate.
Well, it's not a decision that should have to be made alone in fear.
Yeah.
Know?
Oh, absolutely. We're coming into a real
fucked up time?
Weird time in these next few months. Especially leading up to November. I'm curious to see what happens in November.
My new goal has been to spread information as far as like period tracking and how to know your body, contraceptive effectiveness.
Yeah.
Education is your best tool at this point. Education and contraceptives.
Yeah, that's... If there's anything to take away from this, it's that when it comes to issues of like health and stuff, it comes down to we have to teach each other.
Yes.
You know, we have to teach each other the right things to do at this point.
But I mean, on top of that, because Roe was enacted for as long as it's really hard to say it in past tense. I'm sorry. Because Roe had been enacted for 49 years, there's a lot more chance for sons to get involved, you know, brothers to see, you know, to help their sisters, brother-in-laws, cousins, things of that nature for them to see the benefits.
Oh, yeah.
Because, you know, even prior to Roe being enacted, there was, you know, not all men were on board with it, you know?
Yeah.
But, I feel like there's more in the fight now.
Yeah, it's such a weird time for it to happen because only 30% of the country agrees with what the Supreme Court did.
Well, that's why they're making more people that can agree with them.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
It's
like, who do you think they want to work low-end, back-breaking jobs?
Yeah, that's true.
And to support their vote.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sacrifice the young. All right, so let's read this. The dog that caught the car. Republicans brace for the impact of reversing Roe. Everything was going right for Republicans in the midterm campaign. Then the Supreme Court decision came down.
And then the Supreme Court attacked.
Everything changed when the Supreme Court attacked. Republicans finally got the Roe v. Wade decision they wanted. In public, they are delighted. More quietly, however, according to interviews with more than a dozen Republican strategists and party officials, they just didn't want to come right out. They just didn't want it to come right now. Not during a midterm election campaign in which nearly everything had been going right for the GOP. That is a good point. We don't really discuss that like they were kind of chugging along with the gun rights shit and everything like that. Like most of the stuff was stuff that we were like passively accepting of. This is not a conversation we want to have, said John Thomas, a Republican strategist who works on House campaigns across the country. We want to have a conversation about the economy. We want to have a conversation about Joe Biden, about pretty much anything else besides Roe. This is a losing issue for Republicans. But you see what I mean?
What whiny bitches.
Even they get it,
Lord.
that this is a moot point. Nobody believes in this the same way they do. It's funny. That's how they think of it. It's like, nope, we've lost that issue. It's time to just move on to other things, like the economy and Joe Biden. The decision issued Friday was a landmark victory for conservatives. It's so weird to read that victory. Who have held up overturning Roe as an ambition of near biblical significance, fundraising, organizing, and legislating off opposition to abort rights for nearly half a century. but it's a victory that will almost certainly come at a cost. In Republican circles, a consensus has been forming for weeks that the court's overturning of a significant and highly popular precedent on a deeply felt issue will be a liability for the party in the midterms and beyond, undercutting Republicans to at least some degree with moderates and suburban women. Before Roe came down, said a former Republican congressman familiar with the party's campaign operation, everything was going our way. Jesus, gas is above $5. Inflation is a giant problem. The only thing Democrats have got going for them is the Roe thing, which is what, 40 years of settled law that will be changed. Wait, am I reading that right? Yeah, 40 years of settled law that will be changed that will cause some societal consternation.
Some.
Yeah. Said the former congressman granted anonymity to speak candidly. And can they turn that into some turnout? I think the answer is probably yes.
I abhor this use of some turnout. Like it's a small minority of the country that's outraged by it.
Yeah.
When in reality, it's the religious lunatics that are the ones...
only people that care.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah, to everybody else, this is settled. Like, this is... We're all done talking about this. It's a basic fundamental right, and we've all accepted that as such. But now, it's a thing we all get to talk about and fight over again.
Move your hand, my love.
Oh, sorry.
You want to keep reading?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm trying to... Oh, hang on then.
All right.
Okay, sorry.
Maybe instead of losing 45 seats, they lose 30, he said. Well, at a minimum, there will be a few seats that Republicans would have won without the abortion rights decision, and they may not win them now. Almost no political professional, Republican or Democrat, expects the court's decision on abortion to upend the electoral landscape severely enough to keep Republicans from winning the House in November. Can you scroll down for me, please?
Sure, sorry.
In recent elections, abortion has not been the motivating issue that Democrats had anticipated it might be, and even polling earlier this month, when Roe was widely expected to be overturned, had abortion falling below other concerns, including jobs and the economy, as an issue of significance to voters. Can I please have the mouse?
Sorry, I'm trying to...
Yes, I understand, but we're... Article.
I know, but I'm just trying to set up the thing that we were going to set up.
Alright. You may go into any diner in America and nobody's talking about this, said Dave Carney, a national Republican strategist based in New Hampshire. That's not what's driving the conversation. Real people, working people, people who vote, are talking about the incompetence of the president. And then they go down the list of 6 or 7 things, including the rising price of goods and the recent baby formula shortage. So, you know.
Oh, sorry.
The problem for Republicans with the Roe decision is that it's giving Democrats something to grasp onto in an otherwise bleak year. The kind of issue that may animate some lower propensity voters, including young Democrats, to turn out in November, and blunt the GOP's appeal to independent voters, a majority of whom also support Roe, according to Gallup. Republicans, said Sarah Longwell, a moderate Republican strategist who became a vocal supporter of Joe Biden in 2020, are now the, quote, dog that caught the car, end quote.
Can I, bring Mooch in here?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, we had a friend of ours that we were going to bring on, and we had a hard time getting him on, but now he seems to be ready. So, let's try this. And we'll share the screen. Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yeah.
we can hear you.
Awesome.
Hey, buddy, you're on the show.
First
Oh,
guest
good
that
to
called
be here.
in.
I think this is the
Long-time
first
fan,
one.
first-time caller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
First time guests, or second time guest calling into the show. It was good having you, man. How are you?
Oh, I can't complain. How have you been?
Oh, pretty good. Angry,
Other
but
than
pretty
the,
good.
The usual.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're reading through this I don't know how much you've been watching, but we're
Oh,
We're having a hard time hearing you, dude.
can you hear me better now?
Yes, much better now. All right, so we're going through this article right now from Politico called "The Dog That Caught the Car," and it's basically just Republicans bracing for the impact of the midterm election that's going to happen. If that does happen, I'm all muddled now about what could possibly happen. This is totally shaken up my thinking about possibilities as far as politics go.
Well, I mean, I think a big thing to point out is, we've been voting. We control the Senate, the House, and the presidency, and we still lost these rights.
Yeah,
I don't know if voting is going to be as effective as people think it's going to be.
yeah, they've had all this time to turn it into law. We've had a few times now where the Democrats have gotten the House, the Senate, and the presidency, and nothing happens because they want to play this weird bipartisan stupid game. I don't understand it because they never get anything in return from the Republicans for playing that game. So I just don't understand the motivation behind it anymore. Okay, so do you want to keep reading or do you want to?
You can go.
Okay. Then what? The motivation moves to the left in terms of who feels they're the ones who have to be on offense. She said people will fight harder for a thing they want rather than reward people for a thing they already have. Will fight harder for a thing. Am I reading this? Like, am I having a stroke? People will fight harder for a thing that they want rather than reward people for a thing they already have. Okay. One Republican operative familiar with polling in federal and state races has spoke on condition of anonymity, said the most important impact may be on swing voters who lean Republican. It takes a sizable block of voters who were leaning Republican, and it gives them reason to vote Democrat, he said, and they haven't had any reason to vote Democrat in a while. I mean, I sort of think back to the 2016 election and just how many people were so convinced that other people were going to go vote for Hillary that they were just like, nah, whatever, she's got it in the bag. Why even go out? So I wonder how many people are just going to have that thinking moving forward. Paradoxically, the politics of the Roe reversal would likely not be so distressing for Republicans if everything else wasn't going so well for them. Biden's public approval rating, a metric closely tied to a party's performance in the midterm election, has sunk below 40%, according to the 538 polling average, worse than former President Barack Obama's was at this point in the run-up to Democrats' midterm shellacking in 2010. Inflation is already inflation is already souring the electorate, and a recession may be next. But even if Roe alone is not sufficient to remake the midterms in Democrats' favor, it could fit into what Longwell called an overall case the Democratic Party should be prosecuting against Republicans. Wedding Roe with the court's decision the previous day on gun control, among other issues, to depict the post-Donald Trump GOP as one still animated by extremes. Yeah, I mean, I feel like a lot of the stuff the GOP was talking about on the way up was pretty par for the course. Like, this is the Supreme Court, which is majority right now, but I just feel like all the other issues that they were going to talk about during the midterm are already like whatever, mundane Republican talking points. I wonder what New York is going to be like, though, now that everybody's just allowed to open carry. Because that just sounds insane. That's like the days of Taxi Driver. On Friday, the court approved fodder for that line of attack when Justice Clarence Thomas, in an in a concurring opinion, argued the court should reconsider protections for contraception, access, and same-sex marriage. And the post-Roe fallout itself will reverberate in states for months, focusing attention on state-level campaigns as red-leaning states prepare to enact restrictions. It's like pretty much the entirety of the South, except for what was that? New Mexico, I think.
I'm not sure.
Arizona is
rather strict. It's
is
coming up.
doing rather strict restrictions, which was sort of
Yeah,
surprising.
I know
to
in
me.
Idaho we have a trigger law.
There's a trigger law going through in Idaho. How long? 30 days?
Yeah, I mean it was enacted 2 years ago, but yeah, in 30 days it goes into effect.
That's crazy that people were just waiting on bated breath, wringing their hands, going like, man, as soon as that shit drops.
Well, they've been planning this for decades, the Republicans. I mean, if you look at a lot of their older stuff, they've been working their way up to this, and filling the courts and blocking Obama's justice appointees, and planning for this course of action.
Yeah, and then we
But
didn't do
at
shit.
the same time, well, no, some Democrats did stuff at the state level. So Washington and Oregon, which both border Idaho, they have a $15 billion fund to help out-of-state people seeking abortions in their state.
Oh, okay.
Cover travel and hotel stays and everything. So some states have been doing things to bolster people coming into their state for abortions.
Yeah, some organizations have been doing that, like individual companies and stuff like that have been talking about that too, that they'll cover up to a certain amount of travel expense so that they can go to places where the healthcare they want is available.
Yeah, but fuck them. Don't give them the satisfaction. They also donated money to Republican politicians that caused this to happen. So
that's what I was saying to somebody I was talking to earlier, that I was like, I don't know if we should be so proud of these companies. Like, I feel like a lot of them are
it's saving face now and trying to get a PR bump from this, but they caused it. They helped cause it.
Yeah, I guess one that I'm talking about is it's called Elevated Access, and they're a charity organization that supplies funding for travel if you're traveling to get a.
Oh, see, I was talking about Dick's Sporting Goods and all the companies that said they would fund travel.
Oh well, yeah. Like Disney feels a little weird.
Yeah.
Because they're right here. They're right in the middle of this big old Republican cesspit, and it's like at the most southernmost point too. So to get around, you'd have to fly out, unless you want to drive through way stricter states first. Already, Republicans are wincing at the consequences in the swing state of Pennsylvania. Democrats have been pummeling the Republican gubernatorial nominee, Doug Mastriano, for a position opposing abortion rights that includes no exceptions for rape, incest, or life of the mother. Jesus Christ. That's evil. I would say satanic, but Satan rules. Anyway, in Georgia, another swing state, the Republican U.S. Senate nominee, Herschel Walker. Wow, that is a Republican name. Herschel Walker.
Old name.
That's old as shit. That's what you want to name our next cat, Herschel.
Yeah, I do.
So it's Herschel and Bunny.
This sounds like an old Jewish couple.
It does.
Yeah.
Herschel Walker is facing similar criticism in a message that Democrats will likely repeat for months. Incumbent Senator Raphael Warnock, I know that name, issued a fundraising appeal on Friday afternoon with the subject line, "Our opponent says he wants a total ban on abortion." Jason Rowe, the former executive director of the state Republican Party, that is ironic, the former executive director of the state Republican Party in Michigan, described himself as nervous about it because the opportunities we should have with the suburban women become more complicated when that issue is on the table. And I think it's put us on defense. That sounds like a statement from the 50s.
Just to be clear, suburban's just code for white women, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I just want to clear the air about
We're all
that.
in agreement on that.
Yeah.
Read the Supreme Court dissenting opinion. Yeah, whatever. For nearly 50 years, ever since Roe v. Wade was issued in 1973, it has been the opposite, with Republicans on a sustained offensive to overturn the decision, chipping away at its protection in red-leaning states, working to advance conservative judicial nominees, and invoking the issues as a litmus test in GOP primaries. And publicly, conservatives on Friday did take a victory lap. That makes me wonder, like, do you think most candidates really give a shit about Roe, or do you think it's just a stump, like a talking point?
Well,
Amen.
the crux of the GOP is evangelical Christians. So
Yeah, that's
they care
true.
about it as far as that.
And that just, yeah, well, that's another layer of it too. It's like, do they really even care about their own
Well, I mean,
religious shit?
on top of that, most of them are men. None of them will ever have to deal with this issue, you
Yeah.
know, or even any implications of it.
Well, more importantly, they're all rich, so they won't have to deal with this
Yes.
issue even for their daughters or their mothers.
Yeah.
They can
Yes.
go get aborted. They have to go to
Yes.
France to do it.
Yeah, they can go to Canada. They can go to wherever the fuck they need to go.
But
Yeah,
you
that's
talk-
true.
You talk to little Susie, who lives even in like a neighborhood, like a nice, like 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom house, for example. You know, she still has to drive through how many states
Hmm.
to get an abortion, with gas being about almost $5 average.
Yeah, I mean, if she
You
lives
know.
in like,
Plus getting a car, plus getting time off work, plus the cost of the abortion itself.
yeah, and when
Substantial return visits. you know.
yeah, and when you think about states like Texas that are just surrounded by states that aren't going to allow it, and they're already huge. Like, if you live in the southernmost tip of Texas, you're fucked.
Yeah.
Especially if you got to drive. Life wins. Oh God, life wins. Ronna McDaniel. That's another weird name. Life wins. Ronna McDaniel, the chair of the Republican National Committee, said in a prepared statement, "Millions of Americans are celebrating today's ruling and a pro-life movement that has worked tirelessly for decades." But Republicans running in elections this year have been preparing since the publication of a draft ruling last month in Politico to turn the political debate away from Roe as sharply as possible, seemingly cognizant of its downsides. In a messaging memo obtained by Axios in May, the National Republican Senatorial Committee, the party's campaign arm, urged Republicans to depict Democrats as fixated on extreme views on abortion, while asserting that Republican support for abortion restrictions is reasonable, and Republicans are focused on getting the economy back on track and keeping your family safe. Republicans won't want to deflect from the economy whatsoever, said former North Carolina Governor Pat McCrory, who
McCrory,
ran unsuccessfully for a U.S. Senate seat this year, because that's what people are feeling every day. It may not be possible for Republicans to maintain that level of discipline. Partly, that's because Democrats will relentlessly fan the issue in the run-up to November, but it's also because one significant segment of the Republican Party, anti-abortion activists, want to talk about Roe too, especially as states this summer take up post-Roe restriction. Post-Roe is hard to read. Susan B. Anthony, Pro-Life America, one of the nation's leading anti-abortion groups, said this week that along with its partner organizations, it plans to spend $78 million this election cycle. In recent weeks, anti-abortion advocates have been briefing Republican lawmakers and candidates on ways to campaign on the issue in a post-Roe landscape, arming them with polling that suggests Americans, while overwhelmingly saying abortion should be legal in all or most cases, nevertheless express openness to some restrictions. Well, I mean, yeah, I feel like everybody's open to some restrictions. Like, I don't think anybody's arguing, like, you can just pop a squat on the sidewalk and then leave it. Like, everybody's restricting to something. Like, this is the Democrats' Hail Mary pass, said Bob Heckman, a Republican strategist who has worked on 9 presidential campaigns. They can't win on the economy. They can't win on foreign policy. They can't win on cultural issues. And they are going to want to have this discussion. And I don't think we can deflect. I feel weird that they're so, like,
Dismissive?
yeah, of these other issues. Like, I mean, I don't know, they can't win on the economy, they can't win on foreign policy, they can't win on cultural issues, and I'm just wondering how, like, if that's just a sentence or if there's a lot of stuff to back that up. I mean, like, I feel like a lot of left-leaning policy is planning, so maybe they are kind of right in the economy and cultural issue thing, but I mean, like, foreign policy, I feel like most of our thing is like we don't want to be involved in foreign shit a lot of the time. Like, besides for like weird charity purposes, but even the charity that we give to other countries typically has to do with stuff that we've already done to those countries. But Heckman, who consults for Susan B. Anthony, said conservatives too have wanted to have a nationwide debate about this since 1973. And now we're going to have one. And as Republicans and conservatives and advocates for life, now we're going to have to go out and make our case and win it. Every poll and political strategist of both parties would suggest that any other issue this year is riper for Republicans to exploit, and that politically, there is a little upside for the GOP in shifting the focus to Roe. Still, Heckman said, we can't choose when the Supreme Court acts, and certainly the left will come roaring out of the starting gate, as they've indicated they will. So we just have to engage and present the other side. He added, I think it's a case we can win. I don't know. Like, I was so sure when the decision first came out that, like, this was going to lead to the Democrats kind of turning there, but now the more the more I give it consideration and think about it, the more I just think about how if it's covered in the news wrong, no one's going to go out to the polls because they're all going to think like we have it in the bag again. You know what I mean? Is that the end of it? Yeah. Biden signs gun safety rule. Whatever. That's not the issue at hand. All right, so which one of these did you want to do next?
Let me see. Let's do that. Let's actually start with the other one because it's a good lead into this one.
This one?
Or
no, this one?
That one.
Okay. The new Reddit Journal of Science. Pregnant people of color are more likely to get procedures they didn't consent to, study finds. A new study provides a sweeping look at how birthing experiences differ dramatically for pregnant people of color compared to pregnant white people.
Spoilers, it's not good.
I can believe that. All right, get out of here, ad. You get out of here too. Everywhere gives us cookies. It's not unusual. Pregnant people of color are more like here we go. Black, indigenous, and other people of color giving birth were more likely than white people to experience health providers coercing them to go along with procedures they did not want, or to have their lack of explicit consent disregarded altogether. Jesus. The new research published Thursday in the Journal of Birth provides a sweeping look at how birthing experiences differ dramatically for pregnant people of color compared with pregnant white people. For instance, the study reported that 51% of
it's for. I'm pretty sure the B is
Black, indigenous people of color?
Yeah. Thank
you. People surveyed that said they received non-consented procedures such as getting an epidural or drugs to speed their labor during perinatal?
Perinatal is during pregnancy.
Oh, okay.
Postnatal is after pregnancy.
And then there's prenatal, which is before.
Yes.
During perinatal care, while having a vaginal birth that they did not consent to, the corresponding figure for white people was 36%.
Lord. That's so inherently dangerous too, because speeding up your labor, you're going against nature. You're going to get tears. You're going to get more complications. Epidural too. Women that have epidurals after the surgery, they have or not after surgery, after they give birth, they have to have more time in the hospital because that part of your legs is numb. And they have to do catheterization on top of that.
Oh, shit.
Yes.
Researchers at the University of British Columbia's Birthplace Lab in UC San Francisco showed that while BIPOC and white people would decline care at the same rate, health providers were more likely to respect the wishes of white people. Black patients were more likely to have their wishes ignored even after declining a procedure. Compared with white patients, they were 89% more likely to have non-consented procedures during perinatal care and 87% more likely to have them during vaginal births. People who identified as Asian, Latinx, I hate that term, indigenous or multiracial reported experiencing pressure to accept perinatal procedures 55% more often than white people. Among all who had vaginal births, 40% reported experiencing non-consented procedures.
That's horrifying.
Yes.
Because considering that you can't advocate for yourself, you're in active labor.
Yeah, you're all kinds of fucked up at that point. Like, just hormonally, adrenaline-wise, like, all kinds of messed up in that moment to be asked, like, a whole bunch of complicated questions that you might not know how to answer.
Afraid?
Yeah, absolutely. The study authors analyzed data from the Giving Voice to Mothers study, which recorded the pregnancy and birth experiences of 2,700 people in the United States between 2000 and 2016. 2010, sorry. 2010 and 2016. They used survey responses from a subset of more than 2,400 participants who had non-consented procedures or felt they were pressured to take medication to start or speed up labor, use an epidural, or take medicine for pain relief, begin continuous fetal monitoring, or have an
episiotomy. Episiotomy is where you get stitched back up from a tear.
Oh.
And just real quick, the medication for pain relief, the reason why that's dangerous is the pain killers, as you know, they decrease your central nervous system and they make it harder to push. Your muscles can't exert more pressure. And on top of that, the fetus is still connected to you via the placenta, so they're absorbing that drug.
Overall, participants who had cesarean sections were 30 times more likely to report pressure from providers than those who eventually had vaginal births. Researchers noted that they did not find racial or ethnic difference in the experience of pressure to have a C-section. The goal of the study was to collect data from populations that had not previously been included in studies of the experience of childbirth, the researchers wrote, and they partnered with organizations to intentionally oversample from communities of color and those who chose to give birth in the community. We often need this quantitative data to explain what the community understands and knows, said study leader Rachel G. Logan, a postdoctoral scholar in UC San Francisco's Department of Family and Community Medicine. She said too often the onus is put on birthing people instead of health providers to change their behaviors in order to receive better service. In her research looking at people's experiences of sexual and reproductive health care using a reproductive justice framework, she had found that Black and brown people who try to advocate for themselves may be misconstrued as them being aggressive.
Interesting.
That feels like it has its own implications.
That's interesting. I didn't expect that to be cited for a reason, because I kind of half read through this article because I was at work, I think, when I found it.
I get you.
That's...
Part of the problem is health systems offer few, if any, avenues for accountability when patients of color experience racism in health services settings. Logan said, while she's not opposed to tips on how patients can advocate for themselves, this idea that patients can overcome structural racism really misses the mark of talking about the root cause of the issue in the first place. Something I've heard consistently when we're talking about health services research is, especially because I do work with Black women, is what should they do to better patients?
To be better
patients, sorry. Logan added, I think it might fall sometimes into respectability politics. Do your research beforehand, dress a certain way, speak in a certain manner. By and large, that won't save us. The new study comes amid a push by medical students, health providers, and public health experts to address racism and racial health disparities throughout the system, from doctors' offices to hospital emergency rooms. While some researchers and medical providers sounded the alarm in the decades before COVID-19 pandemic, George Floyd's death and the Center for Disease Control and
Slow down
Prevention.
your reading.
Oh, sorry.
Skipping things.
Did I?
Yeah.
While some researchers and medical providers sounded the alarm in the decades before the COVID-19 pandemic, George Floyd's death and the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention calling racism a serious public health threat have focused attention on how to address prejudice, bias, and racism in health. In the birth study, Logan and her colleagues found that participants who had midwife or planned birth outside of a hospital, a greater number of prenatal care visits, or the same health provider through their pregnancy were less likely to experience pressure or non-consented procedures. But even then, they found people of color who were consistently experiencing pressure. Overall, 31% of respondents were pressured to accept perinatal procedures, 41% non-consented procedures, and 10% were pressured to have a C-section. Damn, dude. Like, especially a C-section is a heavy thing to pressure on somebody. That's major abdominal surgery.
Yeah, and it's cutting through muscle. On top of that, if your first baby is a C-section, after it has to be a C-section as well, and it's I think limited to 2 or 3. The reason the next baby has to be a C-section is, or the next baby has to be a C-section is because the muscles in the first cesarean were cut through, and they're significantly weaker. So they can sometimes have what's called a VBAC, a vaginal birth after cesarean, but it's a bit more rare and very, very risky health-wise, because you can your uterus can prolapse.
Damn.
Your uterus can fall out of you because those muscles aren't there to hold it in place.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Like I said, most people don't realize this about birth. Most people don't research it.
Yeah.
Or have experience. I mean, I have prior nursing experience in clinicals, and it's horrifying when you start really researching it.
Yeah, I remember when you showed me that whole chapter that was like birth complications and complications that occur within pregnancy, and I was just like, oh my god, I had no idea there was all this shit that can happen. Like, you can get diabetes just while you're pregnant. Like, there's all this kinds of crazy shit that happens. So this kind of makes me want to talk about something, which is over the years, like, arguing the pro-life, pro-choice stuff, a conspiracy theory that shows up a lot, which, you know, might have, I don't know, there's always a little bit of truth in some of these theories. Like, they always throw like a real fact or two in there just to keep things believable. But is that Planned Parenthood like target like is like trying to commit like genocide within the communities of people of color? Because, well, like, it's easy to walk someone through it. Like, hey, a lot of those communities, especially in the early days of allowing abortion, are very, very poor and disparaged. And so, of course, they're going to want abortions more. And especially if they can't afford other forms of contraception, like if they're just, you know, if they're just, what was it called? Withdrawing, which is what I saw someone refer to as the pull-out method today, was with the withdrawal method.
Yeah, that's the medical term for the pull-out method.
That's very funny.
Method. Yeah.
The withdraw method. But that was a theory I'd heard bandied about a few times, was that Planned Parenthood is basically just trying to reduce the black population in the country. And that, to me, just seemed like a way to get people who were black and right-leaning to be more on the side of the pro-life argument. Oh boy, you think I'd be able to say this one. Sarah Swathi Vedam, a professor of midwifery. That's a funny class name, midwifery, at Canada's University of British Columbia, and one of the study's authors said the team's earlier research found that 70% of pregnant people experienced mistreatment, included being shouted at, being scolded, having their requests for help being denied or ignored, and being threatened that something bad will happen to them or their baby. Yeah, that's like a mob threat. It's a beautiful baby. Be ashamed if something bad happened to it. But said the new findings were distressing because they show how the health system is not protecting people's human rights. This particular paper is probably the most jarring because you're talking about people having things done to their bodies or their babies without their involvement or their consent, or being pressured into things, and are pressured based on their identity, she said. All right, there we go.
Wait, scroll down. Okay, no, it's about Moderna.
Yeah.
That one about New Mexico might be interesting, but I'll read that on my own time.
Oh, so New Mexico is one of the places that allows it.
Yeah.
Okay, I was thinking about that. Alrighty then.
I figured that'd be a good segue into the other article.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to read this one, and then we're going to get to the eye bleach.
Maybe do that last. Eye bleach. Actually, no, I'll cover the last one. I'll cover the last one on my own time.
Yeah?
Yeah. Well,
That'd be really cool.
I want to focus on information because most people are ignorant of, not in a bad way, ignorant as in they don't know.
Mm.
So I mean, if this is the course we're going to be going, educate.
Yeah, I definitely want us to, I don't know, talk about this a little bit more, since it's a subject that's kind of piquing our interest. Like anything else, we typically try to, in the past, we've typically tried to stay away from more serious topics. We try to keep this like an
Light.
entertainment channel, pretty light, but we've just been wanting to talk about this stuff ever since it happened. So we did some game streams on our Twitch, and then we thought maybe on here would be the better place to do it. So that's why we're streaming to YouTube. In the United States, black, white, disparate. What's up?
Oh, well, while you were talking about, conspiracy theories regarding abortions, I sent you a video clip from the House investigation on abortions that happened just last month, where somebody who was sworn in to not lie in front of the House representatives in our government said that the street lamps of Washington, D.C. are powered by burning aborted fetuses. And actually, I found that clip because Friday's The Daily Show showed it and had a nice discussion about it. But it brings up the fact that it's hard to argue with these people when they're so subtracted from reality.
Yeah, that is true. Here, I'll line that up. Oh my god. Anti-choicer. That's a new one. Anti-choicer claims fetuses power lights. Well, that's about time they're doing something.
This is the renewable energy I've been waiting for my whole life.
Biofuel. In the United States, black-white disparities in maternal mortality, deaths related to pregnancy or childbirth, may be larger than previously reported, new research shows. Closing the gap involves addressing structural racism. That is, those aspects of social, political, economic, and healthcare systems that reinforce inequity, researchers say. Because pregnancy is riskier to women's health than abortion, state initiatives to restrict abortion could lead to more deaths, particularly among black women, new estimates suggest. Black women 5 times more likely to die from pregnancy-related cardiomyopathy. I can't read initiatives, but cardiomyopathy. Blood pressure disorders than white women. By thoroughly re-examining death certificates from 2016 and 2017, researchers found that the maternal mortality rate among non-Hispanic black women was 3.5 times that of non-Hispanic white women. This is a dramatic increase from previous analysis based on standard medical codes that found that black women faced a maternal death rate 2.5 times that of white women. According to Mary McDormand of the Maryland Population Research Center at the University of Maryland, who led the study. The new analysis has also revealed that these disparities were concentrated among a few causes of death: postpartum cardiomyopathy and a form of heart failure, and the blood pressure disorders, preeclampsia and eclampsia, were leading causes of maternal death for black women, with mortality rates 5 times those of white women. Pregnant and post... Oh, sorry.
Oh, go ahead. No, go ahead.
Pregnant and postpartum black women were also more than 2 times more likely than white women to die of hemorrhage or embolism, blood vessel blockage.
Just real quick, preeclampsia and eclampsia are seizures caused during pregnancy because your blood pressure is so high that your brain basically can't handle it, and you have a seizure and you get brain damage, you can get put into a coma, but it very often leads to death. That's why a lot of women towards the end of pregnancy are put on bed rest to avoid.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
In the researchers' analysis, embolism and preeclampsia tied for the leading cause of maternal death across all racial and ethnic groups during pregnancy or within 6 weeks of after pregnancy. See figure. These were followed by postpartum cardiomyopathy, hemorrhage, and complications from obstetric surgeries, such as cesarean sections. Among white and Hispanic women, causes of maternal death ranked somewhat similarly. However, black women, preeclampsia was the leading cause of maternal death, followed by postpartum cardiomyopathy, embolism, and hemorrhage. Ectopic pregnancy, the 5th leading cause of maternal death for black women, was not a leading cause for white or Hispanic women.
Interesting.
Eclampsia is the leading cause of maternal death among black women.
Ectopic pregnancies are not viable. They are not embryos. Yeah, they're embryos that are implanted on the fallopian tubes. Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
But they are not viable.
God damn. This is some serious like difference here. God damn. The study also found that late maternal deaths, those occurring between 6 weeks and 1 year postpartum, were 3.5 times more likely among black women than white women. Postpartum cardiomyopathy was the leading cause of late maternal deaths among all races, while black women having a 6 times higher risk than white women. The prominence of cardiovascular conditions, eclampsia, preeclampsia, embolism, and cardiomyopathy among the leading causes of maternal death, particularly for black women, highlights the importance of increased vigilance to improve early diagnosis and treatment of these complications, McDormand says. The elevated risk of maternal mortality rate for black women from multiple causes reflects the impact of structural racism on health and health care in the United States, argues study co-author Marie Thoma of the University of Maryland School of Public Health and the MPRC. The MPRC sounds like a faction in Fallout.
It does.
Yeah. Further research into the experiences of people of color can inform efforts to improve healthcare systems and thus improve the birthing experience for all. Thomas says, we need new models of care before, during, and after birth to address these inequalities. Promoting equity in women's health requires fundamental changes in approach. Man, it really sucks knowing that all of this is now required. Like, there's no, all these, like, this is just going to continue happening because it's now forced. So, man, and I'm sure that's not going to flood the healthcare system with a bunch of unnecessary bullshit. Addressing the stark racial disparities that McDormand's team highlighted requires fundamentally reorienting the current approach to healthcare. To healthcare, argues Rachel Hardiman of the Minnesota Population Center at the University of Minnesota. Research action must be grounded in the understanding that racism is at the root of health inequities, she says. We must first ask, how do system policies and social structures combine to create the conditions of poor health, rather than asking what's wrong with people of color that makes them die younger and at higher rates and suffer more illnesses, says Hardiman, who is also director of the new Center of Anti-Racism Research for Health Equality at the University of Minnesota. As part of the poor person team, Hardiman documented that black newborns and hospital deaths rate was 1/3 lower than when black newborns were cared for by black physicians rather than white physicians. Hardiman is now studying a model prenatal care. You know, I understand this, but I just know someone's, taking that argument, put it in their back pocket, and then being like, see, this is why we need black and white hospitals again. Like, someone's thinking of that. Hardiman is now studying a model prenatal care program designed for reduce birth complications and maternal death that treats a mother's cultural, racial identity, and background as assets during pregnancy rather than pathology or a problem. The Roots Community Birth Center is an African-American-owned, midwife-led, freestanding birth center located in a Minneapolis neighborhood with one of the highest infant mortality rates in the city. The care plan includes regular prenatal classes on gestational diabetes, nutrition, and other topics, and longer and more frequent than typical prenatal and postnatal visits, including 3 homes in the first week after 3 home visits in the first week after birth.
That's good because there's a noticeable discrepancy in women of color following up with care, postnatal care.
That is pretty crazy.
Yeah, that's the reason a lot of them die, because they end up getting an infection and they go septic.
Yeah.
Which is there's bacteria in the blood, and by the time that they're able to get to the hospital, it's often too late.
All right. Do you mind if we finish this part up and then?
Yeah, I don't mind.
Go on. Okay. Hardiman is now studying a model prenatal care program designed to reduce birth complications and maternal deaths that treat mothers' cultural, racial. Wait, yeah, I read that. The care plan includes regular. Okay, since opening in 2015, the birth center has cared for 284 families with no premature or low birth rate babies, and a high proportion of mothers successfully breastfeeding. Preliminary findings suggest that this model shows promise for providing midwifery care in a culturally centered environment, according to Hardiman. However, the birth center faces financial challenges due to current maternity care payment models and inadequate Medicaid reimbursement. Hardiman says, to support innovative centers such as Roots, Hardiman suggests policymakers increase Medicaid reimbursement rates. In the long run, the added expense will lead to the increasing number of healthy babies and mothers who avoid expensive and dangerous complications and ultimately reduce racial disparities, she says.
Yeah.
Banning abortion could raise pregnancy-related death rates. That seems self-explanatory.
Good. I mean, they mean will.
Yeah, for real.
Like, actually, I don't know when that article was written. It might have been. I think it was prior to being ripped out.
All right. So that was us covering those kinds of articles.
Let's start with crazy people with
yeah, let's start the crazy people stuff.
with the renewable energy.
Yeah, I like this one. This was a good one, Mooch. I'm excited to see this.
What they have it paused on is fantastic.
Yeah, I love that she's surrounded by people wearing masks, too. I kind of enjoy that.
Look at that face.
It has a don't catch the crazy vibe. All right, let's check this out.
Human persons from their earliest days, poisoned in the womb and dismembered, torn limb from limb.
Oh, that was
Bodies
that same
thrown in
talking point that other lady said. I forget her name.
Yeah, if you're
Fiorina.
I mean, yeah, a DNC, like dilation. The last word. But I mean, most abortions are like take 2 pills. Like,
Yeah.
people not like, fuck.
Medical waste bins, and in places like Washington, D.C., burned to power the lights of the city's homes and streets. Let that image sink in with you for a moment. The next time you turn on the light, think of the incinerators. Think of what we're doing to ourselves, so callous.
Jesus Christ! Oh my god! Think of the incinerators. Honestly, I want to take this whole thing and transcribe it into a metal album. Think of the incinerators.
I'm just happy we have clean renewable energy.
Yeah, for real. I don't
And for
understand
people who
how
have
she
the
thinks this is
jobs
scaring
of-
anybody away.
Shoveling those babies into the incinerators.
They have their own work songs down there in the furnace. Working all day, shoveling babies into the furnace to light up the cities.
I like you gave them a strong dad's accent.
Yeah, I wanted to give him like that kind of gruff accent. I wanted it to sound, well, I guess it could sound like 16 tons. You know?
Yes.
You move 16 tons unborn babies.
What do you get light for a day?
What do you get light for a day?
And so numbly. Always and everywhere, the convictions of
It just ended. Oh my lord. Oh god. And Representative Bishop asked witnesses for definition of a woman. Thanks, whatever your name was.
I don't know why, but
What was his name? I forget.
I don't know why, but I read those titles in the voice of Timmy from South Park.
Jesus.
Or Jimmy, sorry.
Oh, right. I was about to say, because, like, Timmy only says his name.
He only says one thing.
Yeah.
I mean, aren't they doing the same thing?
No,
Like,
because
this-
Timmy says shit once. Remember? In the episode
Yep.
where everybody's allowed to say shit, he says it. I mean, you know, he says it, a version of it, at the very least. All right, so let's go through
Oh, that was good.
what you've sent me
That was
now.
excellent.
Oh, yeah, here we go. Okay, so for anybody who doesn't like this fucking ghoul of a man, if anybody doesn't like Giuliani here, ex-New York City mayor, which I love that that's still, he's just riding that forever. Ex-New York City mayor Rudy Giuliani assaulted by grocery store worker in Staten Island. Now, more often than not, if they were just like random old fuck assaulted in Staten Island grocery, I'd be like, oh no, how awful.
You got slapped on the back.
Yeah, I want to see a video of it because I keep just hearing that he was just slapped on the back. And it's like, how is that not
Yeah.
just somebody affectionately, like, that could be somebody who's just misguided.
I mean, you know, this country needs upper end limits when Biden's falling off of bikes and Giuliani's complaining about getting slapped in the grocery store.
Yeah, for real.
Like,
Controversial. Former New York City Mayor Rudolph Giuliani was assaulted by a ShopRite worker. Oh, a worker.
assaulted.
A ShopRite worker Sunday while campaigning for his son's gubernatorial bid in the city's Staten Island borough. His son is running for governor? That shitty kid from that one time? There's like an old video of Giuliani trying to do a campaign thing and his son is like running around being like, "My dad's the mayor." The 78-year-old Giuliani was slammed in the back by an unidentified ShopRite worker. Oh, mysterious masked man. According to the New York Post, the assault reportedly left him shaken. I was stunned. Eyewitness Rita Ragova Johnson told the Post after the attack at the supermarket. I was shoulder to shoulder with Rudy inside ShopRite. We're talking, and all of a sudden an employee came out of nowhere and open-handedly slapped him on the back saying, "Hey, what's up, scumbag?" That's great. That's fantastic. God bless you, sir. The worker was arrested at the store. His charges and identity were not immediately available. What? So that was just him going like,
Yeah.
"What's up, scumbag?" Jesus.
I mean, he wants to know what's up.
Yeah, maybe
Tell him.
he's just seeing how you're doing, rude. Giuliani was campaigning for his son, Andrew Giuliani, who is in a Republican primary race for governor. A former attorney and advisor for President Donald Trump, Giuliani says, oh, I thought I had that plug-in. Anyway, Giuliani caused a stir earlier this year when he was unmasked as an exiting costumed contestant. Wait, what the fuck? In season 7 episode of Fox's popular primetime series, The Masked Singer. Judges Ken Jeong and Robin Thicke left the stage in protest of Giuliani's appearance when his identity was revealed. That's very funny. Giuliani was also subject to ridicule for his unwitting appearance in the 2020 film Borat's subsequent movie film. He was lured into a hotel. Did you see that?
Yeah, we watched.
Did we watch that
yeah.
together?
Yeah,
Did you see that, dude?
I did.
Oh my god, that was amazing. I only heard about it at first, and then I was like, we're watching this fucking movie. He was lured into a hotel bedroom on the pretext of an interview by a conservative news outlet. The uncomfortable confrontation was with actress Maria Bakalova appears to be heading toward a sexual encounter, but ends with Borat running into the room and shouting, "She's 15, she's too old for you." I loved that bit. Oh my god. But seriously, what a douche. Guy just slaps him on the back.
Oh, bitch.
I mean, I guess, we should... God, I wish there was a video. That would be amazing.
You want to know the worst part of this?
Huh.
So he was charged with assault of an elderly man because Rudy Giuliani's over the age of 65.
Oh my god. That's so stupid.
He has increased charges against him because he slapped Rudy Giuliani in the back.
God.
Fucking dumb.
That is fucking dumb. Oh my god. What the fuck? Okay. Is this
Let me see.
graphic?
I mean, there's no blood and it wasn't marked not safe for work.
That's good enough for me. Man gets absolutely mauled by bull.
Yeah, he
you
does
just send me the weirdest shit.
Yeah, he does get pretty beat up.
This post has been removed. Man. Fuck it. You remember your crazy horse, Mooch?
Yep.
I love that horse. That horse and I vibed. And your dad was shocked that I could even get close to it.
Maybe you don't play this with sound.
Doesn't usually come with sound. Like it starts... What is this? What event is this? Was this an accident?
This is
I'm not sure.
this strange version of running with the bulls.
It's more like standing with the bulls. They're in an enclosed area. I mean, at that point, it might as well just be called fucking with the bulls.
Like the guy's put into a coma by the bull.
Seriously, this is okay to...
It might not be.
Well then, let's... Oh, Jesus!
Yeah, he gets flipped like a ragdoll.
Oh my lord, that went right up the booty.
Yeah.
Man, I was looking forward to this one a little bit. And now I'm not sure if we can watch it.
Good Patreon video.
Yeah, for real, we should do, like, the Patreon videos or all, like, the super hardcore shit that we can't watch.
I partially sent that one just for you. I know you like it when the bull wins.
I do like it when the bull wins, honestly. Which is a little fucked, because, like, my dad and my grandpa used to love watching bullfighting.
I love this.
So I love Abrupt Chaos.
I love Abrupt Chaos. Oh my
Abrupt
God,
Chaos is great. Oh, and this is a good sized clip, too. Okay, so let's check this out. This is called I Just Want My Pizza. We've all been here. We've all been here. I don't want to hear any judgment, okay? If this was... Oh my god. This reminds me of that scene in Goodfellas. Did they shove a piece of pizza in his face? Hang on, because I saw him take a swing and he had something in his mouth. Oh no, they're just sticking his hand in his mouth like he's a fucking bear or a dog. Like, just grab its jaws, try to keep it open. Well, yeah, because then, then you're the target.
What's really happening?
Paddle!
Oh my!
Did they break the paddle? That's coming out of your paycheck, bud. Damn, Biggin over here is holding his own. Like, he's like shoved 4 people off of him and he's still swinging. Like, if WWE is watching these guys, like, they deserve a contract.
I'm still waiting for my pizza, buddy. You're not getting it. I want my pizza.
Yeah. That was great. I'm still waiting for my pizza. You're not getting it. That's you and me standing in a restaurant, dude. Oh my lord. Oh, the work shirt.
It's amazing. How did I get this? It's amazing. It's amazing. It's still slapping him with the fucking laser.
Is he trying to grab his pizza from the oven? Oh my lord.
Wait, is he?
Yeah, he was. I feel like he was trying to get his pizza because the 2 guys in black here do not work for the restaurant. They're trying to get food, and they went behind the counter and started grabbing at shit. And I guess I don't know. I feel like that still didn't warrant all of this. Like, something else happened this night where these guys needed to let off this fucking steam.
No, but that dude swinging the ladle, that's my spirit animal right there.
That's great. That's my spirit animal right there.
I guess it's amazing. It's amazing. It's still smiling.
Seriously, like they are acting like they're confronting animals.
Yeah.
Like they're like like they're make yourself seem as big as possible to confuse them.
I just want my meat lovers.
Like he is going for the pizza in there though. Like I think that's what he's going for. Which like at this point these guys are trying to save a couple of drunk fucks because he looks like he's bare arming inside of a pizza oven. I love that they're also. It's great when the people who started the fight are like, "Get off me!" That's my favorite. That was fantastic.
Oh my god, I love that one. Oh, that was terrifying.
Yeah, Denki here pretty much acts as our like producer and comes up with a bunch of different clips for us to watch. Hiker turns around just in time to see nature.
Get the sound on this one.
Absolutely. Another good sized clip. I hate when they're like 20 seconds, you know?
Yeah.
40 or above or I'm out. So at some point she turns around and sees some fucked up shit. Oh shit!
Hey!
That's just like what those pizza guys were doing. Oh my god. That was so close to him. That was stalking him that whole way down that mountain.
Oh, man,
Like-
that's rough.
Holy shit. Oh Jesus, that was like feet away from him. That was within a yard away from him when he finally saw it. Look at that shit.
I wonder what made him turn around.
I mean, these look dry as fuck, so he's probably hearing crunching. Like, I mean, instinctively, you know what I mean? Like, I doubt that he's like processing all of that stuff at once. You know, I think he just kind of was like, "What's that? What's that? Oh shit!"
Rawr.
That was good technique too. Oh
shit! Hey!
You better walk backwards the rest of the way, dude. You like he's waiting in that bush for you to drop your guard again. Damn.
Same way the cat looks like chase her away from stuff.
Yeah, that is true.
Ugh.
Good lord. Story time. So I was walking to school in California once, and I walked by and I'm walking by this giant chain link fence, and I noticed that the fence is pretty tall, and I'm like, what the fuck? Why is this fence so tall? Oh, whatever. So I'm just like running my hand across it, and eventually we get to this sign, and the sign says, "Beware of mountain lions." And then not 5 feet away from that sign, along the same walk, is a giant mangled hole that looks like it's straight out of Jurassic Park in the fence. And I'm like, that's why you don't walk to school in this fucking state. Never saw a mountain lion though. I saw a coyote.
We've had a few mountain lions loose in Pocatello.
Oh really?
Oh yeah.
Oh shit.
You guys probably have bobcats more though up there, right? Like bobcats and coyotes.
We have coyotes and we have mountain lions. I don't know if we have bobcats.
Probably some wolves too, if it's in like real remote.
I mean that's far north that they're probably there, right?
Yeah. Or
Y'all got wolves in Idaho?
Yeah, we have wolves in Idaho.
Oh, okay.
We have a wolf season. We have a mountain lion season too.
Jesus.
You know, that's one of my next moves. Is I want to go hunt a mountain lion with a knife.
Mountain lions coming in awful early this year. Every time somebody says like there's a hunting season, it still just makes me think of like food seasons. So it just makes me picture the animals growing on trees and ripening.
That guy from South Park. The guy from The Shining.
Oh, the guy from Pet Cemetery?
Yeah, thank you.
The farmer?
Yeah.
You don't want to go down that road. It's mountain lion says can't go down that road. Guy over-engineered his bicycle to fuck thieves. What? Seriously, how do you find this shit?
I'm in a lot of weird groups.
Oh, this looks fun.
Oh, I've seen this one.
This looks like
Oh, it hurts my asshole just thinking about it.
This looks like a fun time. Oh no, I'm already loving this. 41 seconds. Perfect. Hit my mark. There you
Let me introduce you to the penetrator.
go.
Penetration! Let's take a look at the penetrator in his natural habitat. A man approaches. Apparently, he likes what he sees. Little does he know.
He kind of acts like he's like sitting next to the bike, like it's a horse. Like he's trying to make it feel comfortable first before he gets on. It's like, hey, buddy, I'm not trying to hurt you or nothing. Where the fuck is this? Wait, Aguila. This might be in Colombia.
Yeah, somewhere in South America.
The penetrator has a decent-sized surprise for him. He approaches. He goes. Penetration! You didn't like that? Oh, what about this? Penetration!
Oh my god. Oh my god. Like,
Let's rewind this in slow motion so you
yeah,
can see the
for
full.
real.
Penetration!
Oh god.
Right on up there.
That's like 3-4 inches solid right there.
He just plopped his whole weight.
Yeah. Put his whole weight right down on it. Am I paranoid for like being the type of person who checks for that kind of shit?
Oh, listen, I'm not getting on a bike again after seeing that.
He starts crying every time a bicycle comes near.
Yeah, like it's like he has PTSD from here on out.
Penetration! Thank you, sir. Have a nice day. You are not a virgin anymore.
You are not a virgin anymore.
Like, I'm looking back like,
That was on purpose. Like, yeah, like he is kind of looking back with that whole like, man, someone fucking with me. Oh, good God. This sounds pleasant as fuck.
I know you like body slams
For,
on glass.
for those of you who are wondering, this one's called Cactus Body Slam. And I already love the thumbnail. Injury. I love the content warning is injury. Oh, for fuck's sake. It's not even like an easy one. Like, I don't know.
That's ooh.
So we're going to watch a guy, just so everybody's aware of what's about to happen, and you can avert your gaze if you choose. We're about to watch someone body slam this.
Hell yeah.
Are you ready? Because I'm not. Oh, there's sound.
Or you get to hear Moyle.
Hey guys, I'm Jeff and Bill. First we gave you Cactus Hand Grab, and now I present to you Cactus Body Slam.
You almost
What the
prematurely...
Green means go.
Oh no! Oh god! Okay, I'm bracing myself.
Oh, it's bad.
I'm now bracing myself.
It's bad.
Oh.
Like, we can cut it before his friends pulling him out of the hatch. Like, if you want, because it... And...
That's whatever.
Yeah, okay.
We...
I didn't know if...
Have we watched stuff with blood on this channel before?
What is YouTube's policy on that?
I don't know. I've
That's
watched...
like your one job.
Like, well, the thing is, I've watched people get hurt.
You what? I thought beat down.
Yeah, I've watched a lot of, like, crazy fights.
Say it's for educational purposes.
But I can't... Yeah, you know what? Yeah, actually, hang on. This is for educational purposes, everybody. This is what not to do when you're standing on a car facing a cactus. Oh gosh!
Oh,
Jesus,
it's
he
so
just goes
bad.
right for it.
Pull my legs over! Fucking pull my legs over! Zach, help
Pull
me
my
now!
legs over.
Help me now!
These are all. Did you hear how he said that? I love the stunted, like you put a period between each of those words.
Help me now!
Help me now! That's how we would help each other, Mooch. Like if one of us did that shit, you guys would just straight up grab and just yank him out.
Oh
of there.
no, let's be honest. I wouldn't gently lift your legs over. I'd just grab you by the arms and drag you through it to your
Oh
heaven.
my god! Don't scream.
Oh, he does.
You earned this. Here's a fun fact about cactus spikes. They don't come out. The way they grow in such a way that they only dig themselves further into you. If you want them out, you've got to go to a hospital, have them pulled out. And usually by then, their suggestion is to just let the skin grow over it.
Oh.
Look at these look like pins. Fuck!
Dude, those are some big pills. That's rough. You're having a bad day.
You're having a fucking bad day, mate.
They're all so nice.
We were just out here filming some cool shit by the farm, punching cacti. I love the screaming though. There's just something funny about it.
Fuck! Fuck!
Maybe it's just because I know this will never be that bad. I got another one we can watch.
Good set of loans on it.
Seriously, I need to send this into one of those channels that turns stuff into screamo music. All right.
Oh man, this reminds me when Bonnie had to pull asphalt out of my ass.
Oh yeah, when you fell out of a truck.
Yeah, when I fell off the back of the moving truck.
Yeah. We were so irresponsible. Oh my god. That was a lot of fun.
We were so irresponsible. We're so much better now.
Yeah, well, out of laziness.
Really matured.
Well, we haven't matured. No one's saying that. I'm just saying we don't go out enough to do the old crazy shit that we used to do.
Ugh.
Although I still run around the woods naked, doing all kinds of crazy shit. So, whatever.
Oh Lord.
That was fantastic, especially the last bit. Yeah. Oh my god. Wait, what the fuck is this?
Oh, I figured that'd be fun. Just
This does look fun to read. Mr. Spaghetti. Mr. Spaghetti is not missing. Mr. Spaghetti is dead. A piece of hail from the sky went through his head last year and shut off his brain. What the fuck is this? My name is Kimberly Struble. I am 31 years old. I work at Build-A-Bear. My son, his name Kent, but it's also 14 too. My boyfriend is Larry Nabisco. What the fuck? He's the regional manager of Build-A-Bear and works off of Frampton, Maine? And works out of Frampton, Maine. Massachusetts. Wait, Maine is MI, right? Yeah, okay, so Massachusetts. This flyer is to ask that you pray for Mr. Spaghetti's soul. He was a very bad dog, often pooping inside and on my son's toys. Once pooping on a rare copy of what? Jotmoto 2 for PlayStation. He would also bark at the Domino's delivery boy who was only trying to do his fucking job. But this dog had to give him a hard time. I am very nervous that the dog is burning in hell right now for his past sins. Recently, the M8TA disrespected Mr. Spaghetti by... I need a second. By refusing to name their new police dog after him. Our tax dollars help subsidize the oh, what is this? The Massachusetts, what city is that? MBTA, and they literally spit in all our faces when they refuse to acknowledge my dog. I have lost sleep over this matter and have become very sick and missed days of work. I ask that you find the MBTA on Twitter and ask why they hate golden retrievers named Mr. Spaghetti. My father worked at the Gap at the Hanover Mall with Ken Casey of the Dropkick Murphys. What the fuck is going on? What's happening? It was across. It was across from Spencer's Gifts. A place that is a great resource if you want a velvet blacklight poster of Jimi Hendrix and a sick weed leaf. Thank you so much for your time, Kimberly Struble. So we're going to do a little fun thing right now, which is we're looking up the MBTA on Twitter and seeing if and when they've received any harassment.
Oh,
yeah, sure. Oh my good fucking god. Oh, I can't wait to clip that.
Oh god.
MBTA.
Oh, god,
the official Twitter feed of the Massachusetts Bay Transportation Authority.
Put it on screen.
Well, I want to see if there's anything at them.
Mr. Spaghetti?
Yeah. Can I search through this Twitter? Probably not.
Control F.
Oh, well, yeah, that's a good point. I'm going to put spaghetti, as I think that would probably also lead to some...
Oh, I guess not.
Nope. No?
I guess. It's like that one dating profile that I found where it's like, I'm banned from from Aldi's in like 5 states.
Well, I'm tweeting at them.
Oh my god. Forgot I sent you that.
Why do you hate golden retrievers named Mr. Spaghetti? I swear to God, if something happens because...
Attach the image.
Is this how you spell retrievers? Yeah. Except after C. Why do you hate golden retrievers named Mr. Spaghetti?
Retrievers, though, make it very clear that if it's an Irish setter name, fine with it. Oh, should add the image so you don't look like. Add the image.
Yeah, but nothing about anything that we do on this channel is.
Well, I mean, you gotta share the news of Mr. Spaghetti so it doesn't go to hell.
That's a good point. Yeah, we do need to. Yeah, that's a good point. Hang on.
Yeah, and so that all your followers can harass the Twitter.
Yeah, that's true. Hey, everybody, go on Twitter and find MBTA. Okay, that's the Massachusetts Bay Area What is this? Transportation Authority.
Oh, good.
We're gonna attach this image to this really quick. Yes.
Fantastic.
Right there you go. Just lets it put it right underneath there. There we are. I really wish there was something on here.
There's gonna be now.
That was
Oh my
amazing.
God.
What a roller coaster ride. Oh, two neighbors having a fence dispute. I love that shit.
Oh, this
I
is a
love
good
that
one.
kind of shit.
This is a really good one. Oh,
I love that kind of shit.
Like these two are going at it. Like they don't fight; they're just yelling. At
They're
each
just
other.
screaming at each other.
Yeah, well, one's screaming at the other. Let's make that very clear.
Just like
He threatens to punch his Rottweiler,
Oh.
but he threatens him in a way like, "You better not come over here, dog."
Oh.
Like,
Don't you threaten puppies, man. Them fighting words.
but it's so weird how he does it. Like he threatens a dog like it's just a person. Like, yeah, that's what I thought. Go on.
All right, here we go. Oh my lord, this is a good sized one. Jesus Christ.
Oh yeah.
Let's watch this.
Post.
That's my post.
What?
My post.
Which post? These posts? These posts aren't yours, dude. They're my fence.
That post is
That
mine.
post is not your post.
Bullshit.
Bullshit. You want to
You
bet on
tied
that?
your fence to mine.
What the fuck? Are you crazy? You must
Yeah.
be smoking that crack, dog, because this all belongs to me, dog.
No, it don't.
Yes, it does.
No, it don't.
Yes, it does.
does
Yes,
not.
it does, bro. Look at
does
this. Look at this. This fence here is mine. Look where the line is, my friend.
No.
You can see it.
Look at that.
It's
fucking
not tied
line.
up to it.
You're a fucking moron, dude.
You're not tied up.
Hey,
to it.
hey.
I wouldn't touch me if I were you, buddy.
You're a fucking moron.
You're a fucking moron.
You should go get it surveyed if you think it's your fucking fence.
You should go get it surveyed.
No, it's my fucking fence.
It's
post.
not your fence, you fucking moron. It's
That
right in my
post-
line. That
No,
post
that
is
post
not
mine.
fucking yours.
Yes, it is.
Prove it.
Man, I don't know that I would be this pissed off at this. But I also don't have a fence.
The moral of the story is just get a surveyor. Spend the money and get a surveyor.
Yeah, spend the money, get a surveyor.
Yeah.
Go get a survey.
You fucking
Why are
do
you
it.
shaking, pussy? Because
I'm
you
not
know
shaking.
I'll fucking reach over and fucking
Go
give you
ahead. Then you're going to fucking jail.
one. I ain't going to jail, bro.
Yeah, you are.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
That is my post.
That's not
and
your
it's been
post.
there for fucking since you.
Wait, he thinks he won't go to jail for punching someone over a fence post?
Guess so.
I mean, is the thought that they would be on his side? It's like, yeah, actually, you know what? Just looking at it, eyeballing it, dude. Yeah, fuck that guy. You're totally in the right.
Your fucking garage before it was built.
No, it was
Yes,
not, bro.
it was.
I've lived in this neighborhood before you even lived in
This
this
house
neighborhood.
was built before
You
that
wanna
garage,
bet?
and that fucking fence post is mine.
That post is not yours,
Yes,
bro.
it is.
It's never been yours.
Yes, it is.
No, prove it.
You
Go
attached
get a
it to
survey.
my
No,
fucking
you
fence.
fucking didn't. No, I didn't. It was attached to this fence. This
when
fence
I
is...
fucking bought this goddamn
Survey it
property.
then. Show me your fucking proof then, motherfucker.
I'll dig it up.
Dig it up, dog. In the meantime, you ain't got no proof that that's your post. Because guess what? This was right here, son. It was hooked up to that.
Well, what the fuck is this then?
That's not my problem, dog. That's
What is
yours.
this?
Wait, what about this? When your tree fell on my post and you didn't fix it.
What
Is
do you
it
call this?
attached? Is it attached?
This is my fucking
Where's it
fence
attached?
post.
Where's it attached?
You added this fence and all that post yourself.
No, I
after this was put in.
This was holding this fence up. It's been holding it up for years.
So
you
is
dumbass.
this one.
No.
Yes, it has.
No, it has
this
not.
fence has been here
No,
forever.
it has
dude.
not. Ask my father
Oh
because
my
he's been here
God.
forever, dog.
You are fucking stone
You're a-
crazy.
Oh yeah, I'm a stone crazy, right,
You are
cokehead?
fucking crazy.
Right, cokehead?
Yeah,
right?
right.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Oh, dude, look at this.
Well, I gotta keep my dog contained since you want to fucking let them run free.
That's not what I want to do with your dogs. That trash, you know that shit's gonna come back in my garage, you fucking asshole.
Well, you know what? I'm putting a new fence post in there.
Go fucking
I'm
right
putting
ahead.
another one there.
Go get a
And
no. Go
this
get a
goddamn-
go get a survey first.
No, I don't. I
The
don't need
fuck
a
you
survey.
don't.
It's gonna
Yes,
be
you
on my
fucking do.
side of that
Then
fence
that post will be on.
Man, we really are animals, aren't we?
Yeah.
Like people, like just this is so like there's all just this posturing over what literally amounts to nothing, and I'm here for it. Like I've never understood the people that are like, why are you just filming? Why are you just filming? Help them do something about it. It's like, fuck no, I want this to go on for as long as humanly possible.
Praise the cameraman.
Yeah, praise the cameraman. Praise the cameraman. I mean, like, why wouldn't you just want to watch this? This is entertainment.
On that side of that post.
It will be.
Good.
Yeah.
See, again,
No,
you know
I'm not
that's
gonna-
my post.
No, it's
See,
not.
that's how dumb you are, you
No, it's
retard. I
fucking-
got you, bro. Oh, I
You
got
got
you.
can't say
Go
that.
ahead, dude. I got you.
That's cool. It's cool. You're harassing us.
How am I harassing you, you fucking twat? How am I harassing you?
Why'd you come over here and start accosting me?
Because you're coming over to fucking. I just want to make sure you didn't touch my shit.
I ain't touching your shit. Why do you think I'm fucking doing it the way I'm doing it? I wasn't gonna touch your fucking shit.
You will be
You're
touched.
psycho shit.
Yo, shut up, fag.
You can't say that either.
Look at you, dog. Have you ever looked at yourself, dog? When was the last time you touched some pussy, dog?
It was a couple days
Long
ago.
time What?
A couple days ago. How about that?
Oh, yeah, I bet it was like this, huh?
Yeah.
I bet.
What the fuck?
Come on, girls. Come on. Come on,
This
girls.
guy's like an 8-year-old that just sprouted. Yeah, I love the I love the
Got 2
dogs.
Rottweilers. My grandfather had 2 Rottweilers.
Aw. I like that they're just kind of like dogs don't understand what you're saying all the time. And so I love that they're just kind of like, people
Really
talking loud.
They're really well behaved.
Yeah.
Train them.
Yeah, they're not barking. They're not
Yeah.
like running up.
They're listening.
Yeah.
Come on, girls.
I won't fucking fight you.
You're 10 years older than me.
Fight dog, because you
I
ain't
don't
got
want
no
to have
Look
you
at them.
fucking balls
They're just
again.
happy to be around people.
Because you're 2 years older than us. Why?
Instead of looking for problems with your lights and your cameras.
Yes, you're the one that's looking for a problem.
No, you
You just came
No.
over here and fucking assaulted me.
Oh, and that's not assaulting somebody, dude, and your camera's all up in my shit watching my kids and everything, you fucking pedophile.
I got 8 grandkids. Why would
Yeah,
I want
what
to
the
watch your
fuck?
fucking
Okay,
caveman
touch your
fucking daughter?
fucking pedophile.
Your caveman
Okay.
face daughter.
That's enough, you fucking pussy.
No, it's just him.
Come here.
It's fucking
Come here.
him.
Come here.
Hey!
Come here.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're fucking pussy just like your fucking owner.
Get back.
Knock it off.
What are you filming? Nothing.
Well, no.
Go ahead.
Can we have like an actual conversation?
No, not with this psycho fucking here.
No,
No.
Okay, go ahead. See me everywhere. Go ahead.
Trying to shoot me before, bitch?
Go ahead.
Come on, bro. Bring
Go
that
ahead.
gun. Yeah,
Go
you
ahead.
will be shaking when you're picking your teeth up.
Yeah, okay. Okay. Okay.
Not with
Okay.
that psycho.
Man, I feel like this guy has like a book of just shit you say during bar fights and shit. Like it's just, all of that was so, I don't know, it's just so quotable. So I liked this one of people fighting. Because it's not really people fighting, but either way.
Oh, Indian people.
Yeah, that's always the best. Indian people swearing at each other.
Yeah. If you want to go, then you go to hill and go down.
Why you get
Okay,
fried,
yes,
man?
why? Are you crazy?
You're fucking
Because
paranoid,
you are
man.
fucking, you are fucking.
You fucking, you bloody,
You bloody,
you bloody
You are fucking, you fucking.
bastard bitch.
You
fuck you,
bastard,
fuck
you.
you. Bloody, fuck you, bloody. Fucking mother, bloody, fuck bitch.
I love it. You bloody motherfuck bitch.
Bloody bastard bitch.
You
fuck you,
bastard,
fuck
you.
you. Bloody, fuck you, bloody. Fucking mother, bloody, fuck bitch.
I
Bloody,
want that
fuck you,
t-shirt so
Fucking
bad.
bloody bastard. Benchwood, bloody.
Banchot, you.
You blunder.
No, but why? Is
Bloody no.
Why?
Bloody
That
fucking.
is accident. Then what you wanna do?
Why you fuck me? I fuck you, bloody. Bloody bastard. Fucking running like lady, eh? Bloody. What the fuck, man? Fucking now shout at me, innit? Why you shouting at me?
Because I am going to the work. If you don't do, you do to other places.
Why you shouting?
Because of this, you are doing. I don't know. You are doing like this. I think you are going to accident.
No.
Why are they speaking in English?
I've seen it like a few times where Indian people they switch, like they just switch in between.
But these guys are trying really hard to speak English, so it makes me wonder if these are two different types of brown people, where like they're each speaking a different language if they go to their native tongue, however you want to call it.
Oh, shouting at me no good, man. Me no
but-
shout at you.
But the thing is that, what you think if you do like this one, you are going at work and somebody else.
But
do
that
like
one,
this.
if you running like that one, you gonna fucking fall, innit?
But
Hurting yourself.
But yeah, because of this, I saved myself.
That one very icy road, man. Okay, have a nice day.
That's great. That ends with, all right, have a nice day. I love that.
Ooh, let me hang on. I want to see that.
Oh,
Yeah,
this
or
one. This one is
smack-
old. This one started a huge debate about like how,
I remember.
like, if you are getting hit by a woman over and over again, are you okay to like slap her back? And this was one of those videos that like definitely
What if
pushed
she's-
that
What if
conversation
she's
forward.
drowning the children and she's on the third one? Can I smack her then?
Can I slap her then?
What the fuck is you talking about, like, nigga?
fucked up. What do you mean? Like, fuck is you talking about? Stay over there. Yeah.
Oh, it's the stabilizing thing. I'm like, what the fuck is with this black bar on the side? Just silently, like she got cornered into this.
I'm done. I'm just done. Get your money up. Alright? Done. Alright? You want to know how shoes I got on? I got Steve Madden on. Alright?
No, nobody wants Steve Madden no more.
You know, just given the amount of videos that we've seen on New York City subways, it's genuinely shocking that we didn't experience anything like this. Like, I mean, I know that statistically we haven't been there enough to experience a whole lot of crazy shit, but like more often than not, we're the crazy shit.
But you got like questioned on the street by an old man that thought he knew you.
Yeah, and then there was like this old dude, like
He wasn't like malicious though. He just thought he knew you.
Yeah, do I know you? I'm like, no. He's like, how do you know? I'm like, what? What are you talking about?
That's just garden variety crazy.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
There was like another guy. So like I forgot for a brief second while we were in New York City that
you don't talk to strangers?
yeah, that I wasn't in the South. And I'm like, it's raining out, and there's this old dude shuffling along on the sidewalk. And so I pull up next to him, you know, and I put, you know, I grab the umbrella, and I try to like walk him over to the thing. And he's like, and I'm covering this guy from the rain, and he looks me up and down and goes, "What the fuck do you want?" And I'm like, "What?" And he's like, "Go on, what do you want?" And I'm like, "I'm just and it caught me so off guard that I was like, never mind." And as I'm walking away, he's like, "Yeah, whatever, walk away." And I'm like, Jesus.
Yeah, well you also I was gonna
Man, that makes me miss New York.
Well,
yeah, you're right at home there.
You made the mistake of giving money in Penn Station.
I did.
And I had to yell at them like, get the fuck away from us. I had to do that.
Yeah.
Which-
Your occupation helps us greatly in our day-to-day lives.
Yeah.
Like that one guy in the Walmart parking lot.
Oh yeah, I don't remember if I cursed him. I just fell away from my car because he was like giving pamphlets out or something, and it's like I don't want you near my car.
Yeah.
Fuck away from me.
Yeah, he
Like,
was trying to put
granted-
some in the windshield, and then you were just
No,
like,
he was
"Get away
trying to
from my
hand it to-
car."
He was trying to hand it people.
Mm.
I wish we could have gotten a recording of that. Oh, okay.
No, jeez, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because my strategy is to ignore them until they go away.
Yeah. Most people, if you explode at them, though, they aren't expecting it. Especially for me, I'm pretty quiet
Yeah.
in general and assuming.
What the? Why you stood just like that? Your eyes still shoot.
My
Man, you see me with that fucking song. What is you talking about?
Damn, you petty as hell. You can't even afford this phone. Nobody watching you. What you doing that for? Why you doing that for? Damn, that's I don't do. When you get mad.
You sound stupid.
Fucking dirty bitch.
Damn. You know me?
Oh.
Oh, holy shit!
A hero we need.
Can I make a Dark Knight joke? Probably not. Never mind. But see, it's like she hit him, he hits back, and now he's got the whole train on his ass. So that was the conversation that this sparked. Is like, well, like
Happens
what's
all the time,
allowed?
though. Like in fight that you do where it's like, especially high school fights.
Oh man, have you guys ever seen How Can She Slap?
No, what is this?
So there's this show on, I don't even know, like Al Jazeera or some shit. Like it's a weird network. Okay. And on this show, the whole point of the show is that the it's a game show, and the hosts basically abuse and insult you.
Huh.
And you're put
I
in
could
like,
definitely get down for that.
well, yeah, it's like it's I don't even know. It's like it's just a BDSM kind of game show where like everybody's just insulting you and shit like that. But the show has made it abundantly clear that you won't get physically assaulted. You're just gonna get insulted. Okay, you're gonna be, verbally abused. Now this guy, the story of this, basically the background of the video is this guy was on the show and he was just like coolly taking it the whole time. Like nobody was really ruffling his feathers, which is their whole job, is to ruffle their feathers so that they fuck up on the challenges. And at one point, the guy like says something to the woman and he hits her, and then chaos ensues.
Right. Are you sure? क्योंकि ऐसे लगता है ये लोग bad hairdo convention के लिए आए हैं. What the f is it with this stupid sideburns of yours? Are you in some sort of a time capsule 60s में पहुंच गए हो? What is it with those faces? What are you doing? What is that?
See the outfits they gotta
These
wear?
guys don't have tongues? No, really, they can't talk.
Fabian, wanna say something?
No.
क्यों? देख के ही फट गई.
Was that?
Yeah, they, like I said, they switch back and forth. It's a weird thing.
Idiot. क्या है यार? These guys have no life in them. I'm telling you guys something, you'll have absolutely no reaction. Okay, I guess I'm done over here. Thanks, guys.
ईशा, I think तुम इन दोनों को अपना challenge क्यों नहीं दिखा देती?
There's not one word coming out of their mouth.
Actually, the thing is that we don't want to talk with you, actually. That's
Why don't you go and f*** off then?
You go. How can you slap? How can you slap?
Mad or what, bloody?
How can she slap? How can she slap me?
How can you slap, bloody? Fucker! Bastard! Bloody bastard!
How can she slap me?
You bastard!
The midnight.
Yeah.
Bloody bastard.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, it was part of the show that they weren't going to get hit.
Yeah.
And, like, that's the whole point, is to just use words so that they can't do anything in return. So but now, and here's the thing. He hits her once, and now he's got this, like, whole crew of people that are about to say some really heinous shit to him, too.
How did you hit her? I'll fuck your face right now! You fucking bastard!
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, a lot of that swearing that you heard in the other one was just kind of,
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
it's just bastardized English.
Yeah, because bloody bastard just seems like I'm sorry, it just seems like a British insult.
Oh, well, yeah, but I mean, like, they're just throwing whatever they can at the wall because they think that's how we do it. So that's why you hear them say, like, fucking bloody bitch, fuck bloody mother
They're not
bitch.
wrong.
Like,
I mean, they're not wrong.
it's almost like
if you just string enough fucking fucks together, it makes sense.
Yeah, well, that's the funny part, is that there's like articles, like word articles that they could have put in between those. So like they say mother bitch, but it's like you could have said your mother is a bitch. Like they're just missing grammar. But yeah, this guy, just like the whole crew comes up after him.
I'll fucking kiss bastard! Mother joke banshee.
Fuck this guy's sister.
How can she slap me, sir? How can she slap me? How can she slap you? How can she slap me?
I'll hit you in the gooch. Damn. That's a thorough beating.
I heard an insult one of them used that was sister fucker.
Yeah.
And I like that.
Yeah, I like sister fucker. Yeah, sister fucking moron.
Yeah, but you can't say that to Republicans. They take that as a compliment.
Yeah, that's just like,
Yeah.
sister fucker.
I wish.
So, I wish. My sister's hotter than hell.
तू अपनी बहन को यहाँ भेज भेज अपनी बहन को बहन के लोड़े तेरी औकात नहीं कुछ करने की मादर चौथ भोसड़ी का what है क्या बहन के लोड़े
So what, Bolsoriga is fucking pussy? Guy gets taken away. That's pretty crazy. I saw a video. There it is. What the fuck? I keep forgetting that the Dick Rickles channel pretty much just gets recommended this shit. Where it's like fails of the week. Cop pulls gun on the wrong two cats.
Love him.
Oh, he's great. Kai.
Yeah, Kai, the homeless hitchhiker.
I kind of want to see.
I still
Didn't Kai
regret
get
that
arrested?
moment.
What was that?
Didn't Kai get arrested?
Yeah, Kai got arrested for something in a different thing. In a different video. So let's see what... Oh, oh my lord. What Ravi Bhatia is doing today. Ooh, hang on. Let's just show the name of the show. Dadagiri beat the bullies.
After getting slapped, I thought for like 0.3 seconds and I slapped her back. उतने टाइम में कोई आप अच्छे बुरे सही गलत की समझ नहीं कर पाता इंसान. The incident happened. That was 100% real. शुरू में तो मैंने काफी जगह डिनाई भी किया था कि ये मैं नहीं हूँ.
You got better hair now.
बेसिकली ये इंसिडेंट जब हुआ था उसके तकरीबन 4 महीने के बाद इट केम आउट इन द मीडिया. शुरू में आई थॉट आई शुड से कि ये स्क्रिप्टेड था बिकॉज आई वाज फीलिंग वेरी एम्बैरेस्ड. Slapping a girl was not cool. I mean, still it's not cool.
She hit you though. And it's not like he tackled her and started beating the fuck out of her. Like, he responded in kind. I don't know how I feel about this.
Got big old man hand.
Nothing.
What?
I was gonna say he's Indian, but I'm not gonna say that.
तुमने गलत किया.
I feel like I got away with that pretty good.
मुझे लोगों ने कुछ बोला जो जानने वाले थे कि you shouldn't have done that, यार. You should have just walked out. But later on, जब ये वायरल हुआ, सब जगह आने शुरू हो गया, तो people started saying कि you did it right. तुमने कुछ गलत नहीं किया. So I was like कि I should feel nice about it or I should feel bad about it because it is not a very brave thing to slap a girl. Genuinely. फिर बाद में मुझे मेरी पिटाई हुई थी. यूनिट के 60 लोगों ने मिलके मुझे मारा.
Yeah, for real.
Whenever I used to go for like TV के, film के या बाकी ads के audition के लिए, तो like not everyone but 80% of people that time they used to remember कि अरे तू तो वही है ना जो थप्पड़ वप्पड़ मारा था तूने.
That's pretty funny. Like to walk around, it's like, look, honey, that is the man who slaps.
मुझे टीवी पे genuinely मतलब काफी टाइम तक काम नहीं मिला.
I want to try and read it. Amari Betty Raj Kareji, a daily soap opera. Got a lead role in that sumbitch for slapping that lady. You think he like? You think he ever like called the show and was like, "Hey, thanks." I guess.
I was treated there like a superstar. वहाँ पे मैं एक सुपर हीरो शो कर रहा था. बेसिकली आई वाज वेयरिंग अ मास्क. 3 डिफरेंट कैरेक्टर्स होते थे.
Gotta say, I do love a good Bollywood.
I was about to say we should probably review these. Like, just for any kind of movie review.
Love the title.
You know, my aunt has a lot of crazy Bollywood movies that I should just borrow. Just be like, hey, I'll give them back in the condition they were in. Which is like, how would she even know if they were in degraded condition? All that shit looks like it was made in the 80s.
मुझे बड़ा बुरा फील होता था कि मुझे इस चीज के लिए फेमस नहीं होना है कि मैंने थप्पड़ मारा और बहुत बहादुरी का काम किया, मुझे उसके लिए फेमस नहीं होना है। मुझे मेरे काम के लिए, मुझे मेरी एक्टिंग के लिए, उन सब चीजों के लिए फेमस होना है।
Well, that's one way to go about it. About getting more work. What the fuck? What?
Yeah, I mean, it's better than what happened to Kai.
Yeah, what did happen to Kai? Have we found that? Yeah, let me see what happened to Kai.
Oh yeah, I looked it up. Yeah, he got convicted of murder.
Jesus, really?
What?
Of let me look that back up. I believe it was a judge, a New Jersey attorney.
Kai the Hitchhiker. Oh my lord.
And like literally months after the video. It's not like years later. He got no, it was like a couple months after.
Kai the Hitchhiker sentenced to 57 years in lawyer's beating death.
Yeah, so Kai says that the lawyer drugged him and sexually assaulted him, but
well,
that's not what the court found.
When stayed at Gaffley's home where the victim's body was found, investigators said surveillance footage, cell phone data, and other forms of evidence were used to identify McGilvery as a suspect. McGilvery, who is Canadian, was arrested in Philadelphia days later. McGilvery alleged that he acted in self-defense following an attempted sexual assault. The prosecutor said his statements were inconsistent and also cited the victim's extensive injuries. Testified that the victim, who stood 5'5", weighed 230 pounds, and had a stent in his chest due to a heart condition, sustained numerous serious blunt force injuries to his face, head, neck, chest, and arms, including 3 skull fractures, 4 broken ribs, and severe contusions, abrasions, and bleeding. Jesus Christ. Prosecutor said McGilvery cut his long hair and fled the state after murder. That sounds like you knew you were innocent. McGilvery had several expletive-laden outbursts during his trial and sentencing, and a judge called him a powder keg of explosive rage. Speaking before he was sentenced, McGilvery called the trial a sham, a travesty, and a mockery. A sham mockery. That railroaded an innocent man, the website reports. Galfi had reportedly been a partner with the railway-based law firm of Kachansky, Barron, and Gaffley, PC. He was a military veteran who reached the rank of major while serving in the U.S. Army from 1965 to 1970. Did he... Oh, beating death. Yeah, so he did kill this guy.
Oh, yeah.
I was wondering.
Yeah, the 57 years for a murder conviction.
God damn. And what's worse is he doesn't even know how old he is. So that might not be a full life sentence. He might get out early. Or, before he dies. All because he didn't know his age. A lot of these things that Denki sends me are fucking nuts.
I gotta start sending you some more articles for the show.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun when people send stuff in. I enjoy it. Oh man. How long we been going? 2 hours? Yeah, that's actually about how long we usually do these anyway, so I think we're gonna wrap it up, dude. Like, if you want to stay on for a second after I do the sign off, then we'll just chat for a second. But
yeah.
Thanks for joining us, everybody. Don't forget to follow Denki Nasu on Twitch, as well as checking out her YouTube channel as well. I got a Twitch channel as well, where most of the clips come from that are on this channel. Today we just wanted to start off with a more serious topic, and we weren't sure how sensitive Twitch was going to be about it, so we came over here instead. Give us a follow on Twitter. If you got anything you want to send into the show, you can send it over to Twitter, or you can send it to dickrickles69@gmail.com. All of our other social media links are in the description. And we have a Patreon set up, but we don't have anything set up on it yet, so that's to come in the future. Also, send in any movies that you want us to check out, because we're starting to compile like a list of movies that are either on YouTube for free or are just so old that no one's gonna give a shit about the copyright. So yeah, we'll see you guys in the next one, and don't forget to love yourselves and each other